Hey guys, I'm Jay, and I was tagged by JB over at BigRedEDC on the topic of knife pet peeves. I got 3 of them. Let's get into it. Now, before we get started, I need to tag a channel so we can keep this topic going. And I have selected my buddy Tom over at bladecentered, and that is all one word, so be on the lookout for his video response. My first pet peeve I am going to demonstrate with the Viper Vox Fortis here, and my first knife pet peeve is going to be a weak detent. I absolutely love this knife, but the detent, the weak detent, prevents me from carrying this very often. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, didn't even have to turn it upside down to get it to come loose. Now, a weak detent, you might be saying, well, what's the big deal? Well, that actually signifies potentially other issues, like a weak detent could mean that the action is going to be terrible because you're not able to build up that force to get a nice deployment. And secondly, a weak detent could increase the likelihood of this opening up in your pocket because there's just not much that's keeping it closed. My second knife pet peeve is going to be in regards to purchasing a knife. So the lack of the specs that are listed on that retailer's website drives me absolutely nuts. And you would be surprised how some of the well-known retailers and how little information there is about the knife they're trying to sell you. I think, anyway, maybe I'm crazy, but knowing the length of the blade or knowing how thick the blade stock is or the type of steel, I find that pretty important when I'm about to support an online retailer and purchase a knife from them. And my last pet peeve, I am going to use this Best Tech Toucan to demonstrate my point. When a knife is manufactured and presented as being ambidextrous, so for right-handed individuals and left-handed, like having a feature of being able to reposition the pocket clip to the other side for a left-handed user, yet the thumb studs, or the thumb hole in this case, are very difficult to use for deployment for a left-handed individual because you can see it is just way too close to the scale. I mean, I really gotta stop and think and dig my finger in there to try and get it to deploy with the thumb hole, and see I'm still having difficulty. Now notice for right-handed deployment, look at all that. I mean, they give you plenty of space. But this is really an issue that only, for the most part, just affects left-handed users. So I want to go ahead and I want to thank JB over at BigRedEDC. If you haven't already, go check out his channel, and bladecentered. Make sure you watch for his video response to 3 pet peeves. Check out his channel as well. Thanks you guys for watching.